Here's your geek news for October 2nd, 2019. If you're watching this on YouTube or BitChute, you're a day late. Catch the Twitch link in the description and also catch the blog to tell you what time the show airs. And hopefully I'll see you in live chat next time. So this geek news starts out with Rocket League MCS Go news. And yes, loot boxes. It looks like they're trying to get rid of these loot boxes. So the upcoming changes to Rocket League are straightforward and good. Blueprints might drop at the end of each match, displaying a cosmetic you can create from them for a set price. At that point, any crates you own will be converted into blueprints, and any keys you've bought will transform into credits. Those can be spent on building blueprints or in the new item shop, which will feature a rotating selection of new items and legacy crate content you might have missed out on. It is a dual system that broadens the decorative nonsense available to everyone while still leaving each individual the chance to land a particularly ridiculous watermelon hat or something. Valve has done something much less productive twiddling with CSGO crates in France. Before French players can open a crate, they have to pop it into a new X-ray scanner. Really? This scanner reveals what's in the box, and at that point, the player decides if they want to purchase a key. There's a problem with this. The item gets stuck there. So it's not possible to scan another container without going ahead and getting the item that's revealed in the X-ray. All this does is throw in an extra step. You think? A system where you need to buy the item you've just revealed in order to reveal another item contains the same addictive qualities as obscuring the contents of a loot box in the first place. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I think we figured all that out from the first paragraph. But, do break it down into hooked on phonics for those that didn't understand what you were saying. Dipshit. This is similar to what Valve has already done with Dota 2 loot boxes in the Netherlands, though with the notable difference that you can still preview and buy items from another crate series. So they did it smarter. Okay. French gambling regulators have been talking about taking action against loot boxes since last year. It seems likely this was enough to spur Valve to make changes, though not enough to outright remove CSGO loot boxes as they did in response to rulings in Belgium and the Netherlands. So there is the whole thing about loot boxes there. Neil says, I can see why they did it, because you can trade crates, but it's weird. And if the item isn't tied to the crate instance, you could just keep rescanning the same crate over and over until you saw what you wanted. Yeah, I mean, for every system that's devised to try and steer away from what a lot of countries... Let's face it. And I'm going to do this, and if this is unpopular, and I'm going to have all kinds of people in my comment section when I upload this disagreeing with me. If you spend money on something that you cannot see, that you have to open, like a loot crate, okay? It's like placing a bet on a poker table. You're gambling. It's no different. The only difference is instead of being present and looking at the dealer when you're placing your bet, you're doing this online. That's it. It's gambling. Am I going to get something I can use? Am I going to get something that's a piece of crap? You're still gambling. You're still playing a game of chance with these loot boxes if you can't see what's in it, but you're spending money on these. I don't agree with a loot box system. The only thing that I would agree with in terms of loot boxes and putting stuff in loot boxes is if it's just cosmetics and collections for cosmetics, different skins, things that don't enhance gameplay, things that don't give players an edge. I don't like pay for play or pay to win loot boxes. To me, if you're going to do the loot boxes, like I said, cosmetic, non-game affecting things. Does it still count if it's just an in-currency system? you're still having to spend, to me, even if it's in in-game currency, you still have to spend your money to get the in-game currency. Now, if there is a way to get the in-game currency without using your own hard-earned money to buy the in-game currency, like Riot Points, for instance, yes, I'm referring to League of Legends, then I don't see a problem with it. But there has to be a way to earn in-game currency without having to open your wallet. If there's no way to get in-game currency without having to open your wallet, then I have a bit of a problem with it. Neil says a lot of these games do lack a way to open the crates at all without spending money somehow. Either you spend the money or someone else does and you trade them for the key. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's gambling in the most basic sense of the definition of the word gambling. That's all it is. Sony, Sega, and Warner have been exploiting the UK's video games tax relief to avoid paying millions in taxes. Who is not surprised? 3 video games industry giants have reportedly been relying on the UK's VGTR to avoid paying millions of pounds. I can't speak today. Just overlook the fact I'm having a lot of vocal gaffes. In corporate tax. UK's video games tax relief, intended to allow game developers to claim back up to 20% of certain costs, has been revealed that it's mostly been benefiting the biggest players. Not surprised. The VGTR was designed to also reward games and that advocate British culture and art. In fact, the majority of the relief's funds were claimed by companies not based in the UK. Sony has claimed almost £30 million in corporate tax relief. Sega, £20 million. Warner Brothers, hi Warner Brothers, owner Warner Media is well ahead of the pack with £60 million of tax relief rebates claimed over the years. The bigger claims amounting to around £500,000 per claim were all submitted by large-scale publishers. More than half the claims were made for less than £50,000, which grants similar developer an average total of just £10 million of the £324 million total. This is the second time in 3 months a report has found that a large video game publisher has been skirting some or all of the UK's corporate tax laws. In July, think tank Tax Watch found that GTA maker Rockstar has claimed $42 million in tax relief. It's 42 million pounds, in tax relief from the VGTR and paid no corporate tax for nearly 10 years. If there's a way to get around paying taxes, you're damn sure that there's going to be a corporation trying to fully exploit that. Especially if you don't have a system in place to prevent that exploitation. Here you go. Perfect example. For you Ghost Recon fans, Ghost Recon Breakpoint Blueprint locations unlock attachments and weapon blueprints. So, here we go. I'm going to scroll down to the good stuff. Ghost Recon Breakpoint Weapon Blueprint locations. So you've got all of these here. So they're deciding then instead of loot crates, they're going to have blueprints that you can buy to get the good stuff, and so you can have a leg up on your competition in the Ghost Recon game. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through these, because reading all these is going to take a hellified long time, because this is a long list. So yeah, you've got, and then there's the attachment locations, the Behemoth defense areas, Ghost Recon Breakpoint miscellaneous locations. They even give you, here we go. Once you found a Ghost Recon Breakpoint attachment, you can equip it onto one of the corresponding weapon types. Head into the loadout menu and hold the G key on your keyboard to edit the weapon. This will bring you into the Gunsmith options menu. Here you can select the part on the right hand side and equip with the attachment you have just found. So yeah, this is how to use the blueprints. Once you have found a blueprint, you can then bring it back to Erewhon, speak to Maria Schultz in the shop and give her the blueprint for the item. You'll then be able to buy the weapon based on the blueprint at a competitive gear level. You'll also be able to find blueprints for MK2 and MK3 weapons later on, so be sure to scavenge as much as you can. So let me get this straight. You find the blueprint. You have to take it to a gunsmith, basically. The gunsmith makes it, and then she charges you for the blueprint that you gave her. Can I get a "the fuck" in the chat? Because something about that don't make any sense. If that... You know, Neil asks is this in-game money or real money? Amazing I have to ask that. Yeah, I know. It doesn't say. Let's see here. No, it doesn't say. That is not made clear. All it says was you speak to Maria Schultz and give her the blueprint for the item. Then you'll be able to buy the weapon based on the blueprint at a competitive gear level. Alright, let's go up here and see if they make any kind of stipulation. Coming up here with the list. Alright, let's see here. Playing guided mode, designated area, blah, blah, blah. Okay, nope. Multiple options, blah, blah, blah. Blueprint, these are blue missions. Okay, the blueprints are blue missions. Oh, God. I don't know if that's a dad joke or not, but whatever. Let me see here. Nope, it's... No, it doesn't say. It does not make that stipulation if it's real money or game money. Neil, they made me so cynical. Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy to be cynical. I mean, this is an age of loot boxes and you know, DLC you have to pay for instead of complete games and stuff. So it's a perfectly reasonable question to ask if it's in-game money or real money. But since, you know, the article doesn't really make that clear, how are we to know? Thanks for stopping by my little geek channel and corner of the internet. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, that's what the like button is for. If you didn't, well, there's that other button down there. There is a subscribe button. If you haven't yet, I'll give you that option by just letting you know it's down there. There is a bell. However fickle it does tend to be. And there are also links in the description to not only the trailer, but ways to support the content on this channel, other channels, and on blogs that I have as well. Until next time, guys, stay geeky.